And it's or taking over the play calling, and that's Justin Fields.
Yeah, it's a great play. I mean, right-handed quarterback, full movement to his left, really having to throw that ball low and away to Jesse James. Outstanding.
And then Jimmy Garoppolo, Deebo Samuel, he does the rest.
This is what he does best, Greeny. You just get him the ball out in space. It's almost like getting a playmaking tailback, the football on that screen pass. Great vision and strength.
This is like when Chris Tucker won the dice game on Friday, and he was like, I won. He's like, you what? I lost.
That's 83 yards to the one, and Garoppolo takes it in from there.
Really smart by Jimmy, holding that motion because the timing wasn't set, and then following his blockers on that third and goal quarterback sweep.
Extra point, no good. Niners down one. Here we go. Fourth quarter, Elijah Mitchell.
Great push. Watch this push by San Francisco. First and goal, and just everybody gets in on the action. No forward progress.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
There was a time they would have blown the whistle on that play. They go for the two, they get it. 23-16. Bears fourth down play of the year.
Yeah, I'm not.
This is Ryan Clark. When I was 9-year-old quarterback at the Pard Hawks, I had number 13. My face mask was like Randall Cunningham. I would never throw the ball when I dropped back, and this is exactly what it looked like, except for I ran like 6'3" at the time.
The play of the year. So the 49ers get it back, and oh my goodness, it's Garoppolo again.
Yeah, beautiful job of understanding the defense is going to collapse towards the run game, and you gain the edge in the quarterback run.
So Justin Fields has his best day, but in the end, it is San Francisco that gets the win. And Ryan Clark was on Twitter immediately saying, oh my goodness, are the Bears running boots, play action, getting the young quarterback out of the pocket? Is that working a little better? More space, more playmaking, moving the ball? Hell yes, they are. It's either Nagy at home or they watch TV. Either way, Bradang Vo. Sorry. Okay.
Did you not prepare for the show,
I didn't read the Bradang Vo piece of it, but I want to make it clear. Chris Tabor was not calling plays. I just couldn't spit it out. He was looking over the head coach of duties yesterday, but pick up on that thought on that tweet.
No, I thought it was amazing what they did with Justin Fields yesterday, and everybody's going to look at it and say they still didn't win the football game, and that was about the defense, but they got him outside of the pocket. And I said last week that Justin Fields had to take some ownership of what he did as a quarterback. He had to start using his athleticism himself, and we saw that on the 4th and 1. We saw that on so many plays throughout the day. And this is the Justin Fields that you should get if you're the Chicago Bears. And I'm not saying it's about Matt Nagy being at home, but it's about Justin Fields understanding the thing that he has that other people do not. And when you look at his progression, this is what it's about. And I think that was a step forward for the Chicago Bears and for their young quarterback.
Yeah, this is exactly what we were wanting to see, what we expected to see. This guy is a phenomenal athlete. That fourth down play, are you kidding me? Like, how many guys on the planet can make that play? This guy can. And here's the great thing. We see where he's at now, and you're right. They're finally doing some things that showcase this young man's talent. Wait, where's he going to be in a few years? Yeah. That's going to be crazy.
Dad, when you look at it, though, what is it like? Did he process fast enough yesterday, though?
Yeah.
My note for Justin Fields yesterday was it's the fastest he's played all season. I want to go back to what you said, because you said, does it have to do with Matt Nagy being home? Is it a coincidence? That just so happens that Justin Fields, let's look at the play calling. It's the most NFL competent play calling that the Bears have had this season.
Right.
It's the most he's looked like an NFL quarterback this season.
Right.
And then you mentioned last week that he needed to use his legs more. And there was like a hesitancy because a lot of that was created by Justin Fields. That was not designed play calling.
Right.
Why yesterday? Do I think it's coincidence that for the first time this season, it almost looked like there was freedom for him to go do that, that there was this mindset that he was going to go and use his legs. It wasn't.
Hey, Dan, you know what? So
I don't find it to be coincidence.
I didn't want to come here and say, you know what? It's great that Matt Nagy was home because we all understand why he wasn't on the sideline. But if it walks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, and when it's in the water, it looks calm on top of the water, but on the bottom, it's flapping like a duck. It's a damn duck.
Right.
And when you think about Matt Nagy and what he did to Mitchell Trubisky, this is why it stands out to me. We kept asking for Mitchell Trubisky to use his athleticism and be an athlete, and we never got to see that. And all of a sudden, Matt Nagy isn't there, and Justin Fields has this freedom to be who he is. And it's so difficult, right, to call out coaches in this way. But this Justin Fields was the best Justin Fields we'd seen the entire season.
And I also don't think we can run from the reality. That, you know, like the reality was that we've seen multiple years right now of this offense being stale and stagnant and uncreative and non-explosive. And then the head coach isn't there, who has some impact on the offense, and the quarterback
Dan, he has all the impact on offense. You remember when Justin Fields played really good, right? And he decided that Bill Lazor did nothing because he was the head coach and he made all the decisions. So he has a lot of the impact.
Like the bootlegs, the play action, the allowing, the willingness. I don't view it as a coincidence.
Rex, will we look back on yesterday as the first day of the rest of Justin Fields' career?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just keep it going forward. Move the pocket. Do those type of things that we saw. Let the young man use his legs. Absolutely.
That game, pardon me, felt more like a win in a loss than many of their wins have felt like this year, based upon what they did with him yesterday. Okay, now we get to what was the performance of the day in every conceivable way.
It was that man. Bye.
Carson Wentz, a minute and a half to go in the fourth quarter of a tie game.
It's your boy, Dan's brother.
Dan, what do we say?
The Fighting Orlovskys.
Dan.
This is a terrible decision by the quarterback. Completely unnecessary. It's a simple play call. It doesn't hit. Your job is to not make a bad play worse.
He didn't want to take a safety like Dan did.
It's an unimaginable play, 31-24 Titans. So Wentz has a chance to make up for it, and he kind of does.
And he pulls me right back in. This is a terrible throw.
It is incredible. It's 30-16.
people.
It's 30-16.
That's a spectacular play. And that sets up this Jonathan Taylor, and they tie the game.
Yeah, beautiful job on the Wildcat, realizing, okay, I got to hand this ball off to Taylor, walk-in touchdown.
So they go to overtime, and then Wentz does it again.
Listen, we're going to call max protection.
My goodness.
Max protection play action pass. So you saw he get more and more and more aggressive as the fourth quarter and overtime went on in this game. The check down is an easy throw.
We'll show you what he should have done with the ball there, one way or another. That led to this. Randy Bullock. The Titans have won some of the craziest games in the league this year. They win this one 34-31 in overtime. But obviously the story is Carson Wentz. And, we giveth and he taketh away. Yesterday he tooketh twice in just two terrible positions. What do we say this morning?
The second interception is worse than the first. Okay. The second interception basically puts the shovel in the ground to dig the grave for this season. The first interception reminds me of the Seattle playoff game a couple years ago when a screen pass is called and it's not there and he decides to run around and move. Carson, the tight end screen's not there. Throw it in the ground. Instead of trying to make something happen, there's only so much you can make happen in that situation. Toss it in the ground. I love your competitiveness, but it hurts the foot. Watch the tailback. First and 10, play action pass. If he throws the ball to the tailback right there, look at all the jerseys that are away from him. They're still not in the screen. The tailback is going to catch that ball on first and 10 and likely get to midfield. Yeah. Maybe not even get tackled till he's in field goal range. And that decision, Carson has done such a good job this year of being deliberate with the football. And he's looked so much like 2017, 2018, 2019 Carson the last month of being really judicious and making great decisions and being aggressive when it's called for. Right. And that second interception is such a backbreaker, almost season-ending decision.
The problem is this, though, right? Like Dan, he has been better this season, right? Yeah. And the Twitter thugs from Indianapolis. He's 14 touchdowns, 1 interception. It's not because of Carson. It's because people haven't made plays. He was brought there for games like this.
I agree.
He was brought there for the Tennessee Titans. He was brought there for an opportunity to win a game against a team that puts you in a place to actually have an opportunity to make the playoffs, and he didn't make the plays. He not only didn't make the plays, he's the reason they lost the football game. And this doesn't mean that Carson Wentz is a bad football player. It means that Carson Wentz didn't show up in the moments his team needed him, and that's an issue at the quarterback position.
Jekyll and Hyde. That's who he is, man. Are you kidding? Like, he could be as good as there is in the league or just absolutely horrendous. But it's his decision-making that makes him so bad. Like, that last play, like, I disagree. That's, when you were saying that the worst interception was the second one.
Overtime.
Oh, no. I think it was that one of the
first one.
Because that might have been as bad an interception as I've ever seen. Like, this is he switches the hand to the left hand. Like,
Let's make
do that?
Let's make clear what he should do in that situation, right? He's got to immediately know there's no play to be made and just ground.
Just throw it right at the tight end's feet. The tailback is even there. Hines is right there, 21. You could kick the ball to the tailback and again, you could throw it right at his feet. It's okay that it's beyond the line of scrimmage. I disagree, Rex, because here's the thing. The interception happens in the end zone, if he takes the safety there, they got to kick the ball off.
Can't take a safety.
Right. It's stupid. But that one in overtime, you get second life because you make some great plays. And the check down, remember a couple years ago,
I remember processing, though, Dan?
But what?
Is it about just processing everything?
No, it's just in the moment. I remember doing a touchscreen at that wall a couple years ago against the Giants. And I say Carson Wentz is at his best when he believes that he's Clark Kent and only becomes Superman when he needs to.
Right.
If he thinks in that check down moment, I just got to make a good decision with the football, which he's done, that's an easy completion. But he gets these moments, at least certainly yesterday, where he thinks, I got to go.
Is it the big game, though, Dan?
I think
we've seen him process throughout this season,
I think it's the moment.
Right.
Go back to Sunday Night Football last week.
Okay.
In the rain. Early on in that game, he makes 2 or 3 decisions where you're going, what are you doing with the football? Yeah. And I think he gets into these bright moments right now, and he feels the energy, and the moment is so big.
I got to do it.
I got to go make the play. Yeah. And he's got to realize that he does not need to do that. And until he does, he'll never be the great quarterback that we've seen him be. He'll just have moments of really good football.
Maybe the most telling thing we can say is if we're sitting here arguing which of your terrible interceptions was the most devastating to your team, that tells you everything you need to know about the
I'm
day.
I'm going out trick-or-treating yesterday, and my neighbor's green are going, how about Carson Wentz?
All right, well, the weekend is not over, by the way. Tonight, Monday Night Football, Daniel Jones and the Giants taking on Patrick Mahomes and the struggling Chiefs. Could be a game. 8 Eastern tonight on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, the ESPN app. ESPN2's got Peyton and Eli. It's going to be great. And it all starts with Monday Night Countdown, 6 Eastern. Coming up, how many of you had Mac Jones having a